fast. They are gone. Because James lives, like, at a dead sprint. You could get back to his house in 45 seconds from the train track. They're not even
go
close.
there.
Because they were across the railroad track.
If a car can jump it, you can jump it.
Only I was black.
Well,
there goes the fucking YouTube post. Jesus.
And so,
Racial slur.
you're a jackass. And so he puts me in the car, and he's like, where are you staying? Because I figure now, I'm in the clear. I didn't do anything wrong. It's fucking obvious. Why would I be in any trouble now? And he's like, so where were you? I'm like, I was at my friend's house. And he's like, who are you with? I'm like, I didn't know any of them. I'm dead serious. I told him I didn't know a single one of them. And he was like, where were you staying? And I just like froze. I was like, should I tell them where I was staying? Or will they take me home? I don't fucking know. And so like, and he could tell I'm like panicking. So he goes and he called, like, I guess his superior. And he's a really, really nice cop. And so I'm talking to this guy, and he makes it sound like everything's okay, Kenny. You're not going to be in any trouble. You'll just probably go back home is what it sounds like to me. And so I'm like, okay, here's where I was staying. And I, like, told him the directions to get there. And I figure, all right, so they're going to take me back, and they're going to, take me back to James's parents and say, don't let it happen again. No. So he gets on the radio and is like, he yells out these directions, and they all come meet him back, and then we fucking caravan.
What is caravan?
Like they all followed in a line with their lights on and shit, and just surround, and they get all across the road, right? And they just get out of their cars and surround his house. With
Motherfuckers, where are the car parts? Bring them out now.
They have their flashlights out, and they're looking in all the bushes and stuff. And I'm just sitting there on the road, all by myself in the cop car, just like watching them do this, like, I thought they were going to fucking take me out of the fucking car. And so I have to sit there and watch as they, like, what looks to me like a SWAT team blockade of this house. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm not ever going to be able to play any more sports because my parents are going to ground me. I'm thinking everything worst possible. And
Did Jake just ask you if you want to bang?
Yes.
Okay, it wasn't letting me.
Okay, alright, and so as soon as the cop leaves and he's going up towards the front of the house, I definitely tried to open it up from the inside, thinking, what if I get so lucky? And of course it doesn't open. And that just like...
What if you get so lucky? What if you escape a
I
cop
opened
car
it
with
up and was able to just run away?
with handcuffs? When handcuffs and your hands behind your back?
Dude, bolt cutters.
At any point during this, did he get your name or contact information?
No, not yet. I'll tell you that comes. So he's gone for 30 minutes or 20. I don't want to exaggerate. As I'm in the back of this car, and he comes back. He doesn't say a single thing to me. And all the cops start getting in their car. He flies around James's street. He gets up. And we pull up, and on the way to James's house, there's a bar. So we're like we're slowly driving. I don't know why. We're slowly driving down this road by this bar. And this guy walks up and like knocks on the cop car's window. And he's like, the cop rolls down his window. He's like, what? And he's like, can't you see I'm kind of busy? And the guy's like, this woman just assaulted me. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to sit in this car. And so this guy goes on to explain about how him and this drunk chick fucking were throwing stuff at each other, and then she walked up and smacked him, and he pushed her, and it was a big physical assault, and the guy's just like, the cop is like,
I've got bigger shit.
I'm just gonna tell someone behind me, the 600 cops, to come deal with this. And so we start speeding back to the police station. And all of a sudden, right in the middle of an intersection, he just dead stops. Turns around, looks at me, "What's your phone number?" And my heart just died inside of me. And I was like, so I tell him my cell phone, or my phone number, and he calls my mom, and like I could hear, like he had his cell phone up, or whatever he was using up as loud as it could possibly be, and I hear, "Hello?" And he's like, "Mrs. Cushing, this is Officer Fuckface." and I hear my mom go, "What?" And after that, I just like, it was one of those things where I chose to forget. And so we speed back going like 60, fuck stop signs, we go as fast as we can to get back there. And we pull up into the police station, and I get out, and so I'm in my bare feet still. He has confiscated my savings, I
Your car parts.
guess. My car parts. I'm not allowed to wear my car parts anywhere. And so I take my walk of shame into the police station, and I sit down, and I have to fill out a rap sheet. Okay?
Oh, so
So
you made up a rap?
Right. It was horrible. And so he gets all my information and shit, and he's like, "All right, you see that door? You're going to go in there. That's the juvenile cell." And before that, I was definitely thinking, is this going to be like some shit in the movies where I'm going to be put in a cell with 35 fucking scary people pulling off the road, 3 of them on drugs still, 1 of them's drunk. And so he puts me into this juvenile cell, and it was like one of those things that's like painfully lit.
God, I love this part.
And so I sit down on the bed, and I'm just sitting there thinking, what the fuck just happened? What am I doing? And I'm just sitting there, and then I try and lay down. I try to sleep, because I'm like, okay, so my mom's going to come get me, that's going to be hell. I'm just trying to think of the best excuse I can. And so I'm like, all right, I got to go piss. So I get up, stop it, and I go to the bathroom. And I flush this toilet, and it's like, and I'm like, holy shit, it's echoing. It's echoing in the cell. And like I go and I try to go back to sleep, and this thing is still fucking going. I swear it had to have gone on for like 8 minutes. Just this, like I took a pee. I didn't take like some metal shit. Like I don't know how that happened. And so this other cop walks out, and he's probably like 24, really young guy. Comes out and he's like, "All right, Kenny, are you ready? Your mom's here." I'm like, "Nope." He's like, "Come on."
Did you really say no?
I shook my head. I was too nervous to say anything. I was like, and he's like, "I understand." And so he sees I got my whole basketball shirt on, and he like starts telling me about basketball. He's like, "Oh, you played basketball for Lowell? I played for Timberland." And like, so he like calmed me down a little bit, because we were just like talking about basketball instead of fucking unlawful shit. And so I walk out, and like all you see in the police lobby, it's just like this dark lobby, like there's no lights, and you can just see my mom just pissed as hell.
Just remember that him and his mom don't get along.
Yeah, me and my mom. And she's just standing there, just glaring at me. You know, she's still got like bedhead and shit. And I just like walk as slowly as I can, my head down, and she doesn't say anything. She just looks at me. No, that's in the car. And so we get in the car, and I was like, "Mom," and she's like, "I don't want."